This is one of the cheapest and most efficient cold plunges out there. Today we're going to show you what the unboxing experience is like, setting it up, and actually using it, and is the BoxPlunge worth your money? All right, this is the unboxing of the BoxPlunge. It comes in a massive, actually this lifts up I think, right? Boom, easy. Oh, they sent the wooden one. Looks nice. So we're going to scan the QR code as a little guide, I'm assuming that we follow for accurate setup. Ozone generator control box. So let's open this bad boy up. So this is technically a chest freezer converted into a cold plunge, and you can see inside they covered the inside with like a special, smells like, does it smell like paint? Yeah. Special covering to keep it cold and insulated, and then there's a pump in here. You could do this yourself as a DIY, but they kind of did this for us, so you don't have to deal with this process. Inside here we got a mat so you don't slip. We got tubing, car phone holder. Oh, these are for the lid probably to help open and close it. Probably the ozone generator. Submersible pump to pump water in and out. Kind of like a bathtub handle. 10-inch transparent water filter housing. And your GFCI adapter. This is important because if there's water, you want the electricity to stop so you don't electrocute yourself. Lights, little LEDs. So this, I assume, pumps water in through here or out through here. Oh yeah, like that. That looks like how it's supposed to go. Hiking down a hill with a box plunge. I think without the limbs, it was much lighter, but you can easily move this around and carry it if you have two strong people. And it's pretty big. So I'm almost 6 feet tall if you round up, but this is me standing inside of it. So in terms of waist size, it's going about maybe to my thighs. If I want to sit down, there is kind of a little bit of a bench here, but on this side, there's no bench. So I can sit down, my shoulders go underneath. This is the top of the plunge. So you're probably going to fill it up to a certain line. You don't want it pouring over, especially with all the electronics on the outside. But I can rest my arms up here, and then my legs are straight. I have shorter legs probably for my height, but there's plenty of space. Like you could fit 2 people in here if you really wanted to. But yeah, there's ceiling in here. This looks exactly like a chest freezer. They just kind of added a little bit of things to it. This kind of cracked. So it's not the best build quality, I would say, but this is the pump that's gonna pump water in and out to help cool it and keep it clean. It got disconnected. It's glued on to the bottom here. This power cable just pulled this and opened it up. So I think ideally, you know, you want something stronger, but this is one of the cheaper cold plunges. So if you don't want to deal with doing a do-it-yourself chest freezer, this is kind of the next best thing where you can save some money and have most of the processes done for you. All the cabling is fed through here. They drilled holes to maintain the insulation, so I really like that. But yeah, now we're gonna fill it up and plug in all the cables and ports, because it's not just the pump and the chest freezer itself. One of the downsides, I would say though, there is no drain hole. So to drain the entire thing, you're gonna have to use a pump to pump all the water out, and that could take some time. So that's something to keep in mind if you do want to drain the water out or refill the water pretty often. Water on, water's gonna turn on right now. Yeah, ideally you want a hose. If you're outside, you want a big enough hose. We're here in the beautiful Catskill Mountains with this gorgeous view. Uh-oh, Zach has fallen again. So the interior is painted with a coating that's supposed to keep it cool and resist water. So you can see how it just easily falls off. We can let this fill up and we'll grab the other stuff. This is the ozone generator. As you can see inside, there's a timer for the ozone generator. There's a power switch outlet as well, where we're gonna plug in a couple other things. We have an ink bird here to make sure that the water stays cold enough. GFCI outlet as well, that this is gonna plug into. And then those are probably the most important parts. There are little accessories like lights and handles, towel holder, which are really nice too. So let's go put these on. You wanna screw this in right over here. Perfecto. You're gonna slide them right in here. Boom. For easy on and off. And then there's some cabling here that we want to undo. We're gonna now plug in. So we'll take the GFCI outlet here. That's the most important one. And plug it in to our power cable extender. And the last cable will plug into here. And then if water gets into here, it's gonna reset. So there's no electricity running. And then these cables are all gonna plug into this power switch right here. So there's already 3 outlets ready to go. We're gonna plug the ozone. That's gonna go into here. It's a one-way valve here, so the water doesn't go back in. It's gonna pump ozone through this tubing. You do not wanna breathe in ozone because that is dangerous, by the way. And through this kind of like stone right there, that's gonna help keep the water free of bacteria. And then there's a power cable here that runs for the thermostat I don't know if you can see that, but that's gonna measure the water temperature, and that's gonna get plugged into the Inkbird on this side. So now the Inkbird's gonna get the temperature, and it's gonna turn the water cooler on and off depending on the temperature of everything. The chest freezer itself is this cable right here, and that's going to plug in into this piece right here. So this is going to heat and cool the water because this side is plugged into the Inkbird. So plug that in over there. These two pieces came out, but they're supposed to be inside of here. That should keep them from moving out. And then we can slide this in. Bam. Okay, then this is the last cable right here, which is the cable to everything. So there's a power strip here, the Inkbird, and the ozone generator. And then this is gonna plug into the GFCI outlet here. Bam. And now that puts everything live. You can test it and reset it. So now it should turn on. So here's the lid. And on the lid, there's a magnet that you're going to see that won't allow the unit to turn on unless that magnet touches something. So when the lid is off, it automatically turns off. So as soon as the magnet touches this unit, we're gonna hear it turn on. I think this is the magnet detection device right there. So ready? 1, 2, 3. You can see that this is also turned on. And then all of that comes with this extension cable here, which I have some of these. Actually, you can buy them from Amazon, into this GFCI outlet. So if this thing detects water, I think sometimes when you can trip the breaker too, if there's too much power being drawn, this will actually reset. So you just want to make sure this light is on and that you reset it at any point. So those are the lids. Those are easy. You just put them on, and now that's going to make it easy to take the lid on and off. So this is a towel holder. You can put it on wherever you want. It's gonna come with some sticks or some circles with stickers, and like you can put it on here, plop it on right there, and then you can hang your towel when you're ready to use it. You open it up, and there are magnets here, which as soon as you open the lid, it's gonna shut the unit off as a safety mechanism. Watch, as soon as we lift this up, it turns off, turns on. Turns off, turns on. So anytime you open it to start using it, it's gonna automatically turn everything off based on this magnet inside of here, and then you can close this entire box. This is the Inkbird. It's a Wi-Fi unit for controlling the temperature of something. There's a thermometer right here that goes into the water, and that's measuring the temperature of the water, which is at 55. We set it to 42. So this is gonna power or keep whatever is plugged in here on while this temperature is still higher than the set temperature that we set it to. So this one's digital, some of them are manual, and you can control if you want it colder or warmer. So it comes with a folding holder, so you can actually plug your phone in onto the side if you want to have a timer, film yourself, whatever it is in this box. And then to empty it out, which we'll test later, you get this submersible pump with tubing. You put the pump inside, and the tubing will pump the water out. What you also get is a mat to put on the bottom so you don't slip when you're using it. You put this on the inside of the bottom of the tub. There's a towel holder in here, and a couple other things as well. Careful not to throw these away, because actually you need those. They're gonna go underneath the chest freezer. There's like 2 foundational pieces for the chest freezer on the front and the back, but in the middle there isn't much. And when you add water into one of these things, because they're not originally built for that, this will help support the base foundation of the chest freezer. So if you actually put it on its side, you can kind of see the bottom and where these need to go, and that's just going to help protect the lifespan of your chest freezer. But the thing to know is that this is actually on a delay. So this thing delays it by like 5 minutes. So as soon as you put the lid on, it's not going to turn on the chest freezer for another 5 minutes, and that's why we directly connected it, just to see if that would work or not. You can plug that back in here. That's the delay unit, and then plug this in here and reset. That's pretty much it. So now this is the box plunge. Let's test it out, see how we fit inside. We'll go get some ice and take it for a spin. 40 pounds of ice. The reason that you want to get ice at the beginning, because it's just going to cool much faster, but the chest freezer will help keep all of this cold. Oh, it's getting cold. So now if we put the lid back on. So we put the ice in and went from 55 to 47 with about 40 pounds of ice. If we wanted to get closer to 42, we probably needed 80 pounds, but it is definitely very, very cold. And we've got David here. He's gonna be the very first person to try this cold plunge. And how tall are you and what's your weight?
6'2", 210.
6'2", 210. Do you think your torso and your legs are average, or is one bigger than, yeah?
Yeah, my torso might be a little bit longer than
okay. So you're like me, I have a longer torso too. So as soon as we take this off, magnets turn off. We'll put the power cable over here. Yeah, all the ice melted. And one thing you want to know is that the compressor for the freezer is right here. You do not want to sit here ideally, because you can put more pressure on the compressor. You want to sit on that side. How's the experience of getting in?
Amazing, really.
Pretty easy?
Oh yeah.
Legs fit comfortably.
Oh yeah.
Water goes kind of like just mid chest line. Yeah, if you lean back a little bit, Looks like he's able to get his shoulders underwater.
Trying to find my breathing.
Yeah, is it cold?
It's pretty cold.
Okay, that's good, that's good. I'm hoping he'll warm it up for me. What do you think?
Pretty awesome. I mean, I'm a pretty tall person. I feel like a lot of the off-the-box offerings are very small, and I feel like I have to crouch in it, and I can fit very comfortably. We could fit probably all three of us.
Yeah, we probably could.
We might need to
if we sit side by side.
2 of us in here.
Really got home there.
It would definitely overflow.
Get more comfortable.
Now I'm gonna change my swimsuit and we're gonna test this bad boy out. Ready? And now we're ready to go in the cold plunge. This is it. We filled it up with ice. It's at 47 degrees. I think one important thing about cold plunge is when the ledge is below your crotch, it makes it easier to step in. A lot of these cold plunges might be really high. You gotta climb in and that can be challenging. So I like that I can easily step into this. Woo! It is definitely cold. And it's wide enough where I can walk through it. I can sit down as low as I want. Woo! I can rest my shoulders up here, relax on the back, and these ledges are not too high where it's like you're kind of stuck. And it's wide enough where my shoulders fit, like barely. If you're a little bit wider than me, it might be a tight fit where you have to kind of roll your shoulders forward just to fit inside. But this is a great experience. If I'm like, okay, I want to get my collarbone in, I can slide my hips forward. If I need to, I can bend my knees and then I can lean back. So if you're probably 6'4", maybe even 6'6", or maybe even 7 feet, I think you'd be able to fit in this while bending your knees, keeping your feet kind of near the compressor and then leaning back and getting your entire body in. So this is a mass. This is our biggest one. It does take up a lot of space, so you need to make sure you have all the floor space for it, as well as some space to kind of step outside of it. And it does come with a mat, so you do want to put the mat in there on the bottom just to help prevent slipping. But right now, you know, we're good without it. Okay, now we're gonna stress test it. We're gonna get two 200+ pound men, probably 210 on average. See how we fit. I think with our bent knees, we could comfortably fit in here probably. Pretty easy, right?
Oh yeah, plenty of space.
Woo!
No more water, but plenty of space.
Yeah, so depending on how large you are, that depends on how much water volume you actually want to fill this up to. But woo, now I can feel it getting to my collarbone. Are you able to go all the way down?
Yeah. I'm on the deeper side.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's slightly slanted that way. Yeah, you could easily fit 2 people. Now I think the next most important thing is how long is this thing going to last? I did build my own chest freezer. Sometimes depending on how the inner lining is, the water can leak from the inside. This looks like it's much higher quality, so it should last. Then it's about the pumps. You have to replace the filter, which is not ideal. And then managing the ozone generator, which should, I think these last at least 2+ years. And the Inkbird is pretty high quality. Those will last a very long time. This getting used over a long period of time. How long will this last? So hopefully David will let us know, right? Stress test it and we'll find out. Now that we've finished cold plunging, you can see there's some debris in the cold plunge. I think an important thing to get is one of those nets, which sadly they didn't ship to us, but I highly recommend it, especially when there's like grass, rocks, whatever it is. You can easily scoop those out and pour it out of the water. So we're gonna drain it now, and when we do that, all this debris is gonna kind of lay on the bottom. So either you want to blow it out with a fan, vacuum it, small leaves, feathers, whatever it is that go inside of your cold plunge. We're gonna see how long it takes to drain this. So let's hit the start button here. Actually, so this is a suction pump. We're gonna have a power strip and then a tubing that's gonna suck out the water. The pump will go in the water, and then we're gonna plug this in. Just be careful, it's water, electricity. Be safe, kids. Boom. All right, start the timer. This is a massive amount of water. Wow, they said it takes about 10 minutes, but this is the water flow. This is pretty quick. I guess if you wanted to and you had one of these in your home and you don't want to drain the water, like we obviously have the space here that we can do it, to drain it. Uh-oh. The tubing isn't perfect. If you want a longer hose, you get a longer hose and drain it farther away from this. If it's inside or on a balcony, you could get this hose to go into your sink, your bathtub, whatever it is, and this will pump out all the water. I might actually get one of these for my own house now that I think about it. This is really nice. It's 1 minute in and it's going pretty fast. And then once it gets near the bottom, they said that you actually want to lean the chest freezer and get that pump as close to that corner as possible to get as much of the water out as possible. And then once it's fully drained, it's gonna weigh much less. Keep that in mind that when you do fill it, it's gonna add a ton of weight. So if you're putting on a balcony, confirm that it can support the weight, because this thing can sometimes weigh up to 1,000 pounds depending on how much water and the people that are in it too. This is one of the more energy efficient cold plunges out there. It's gonna take a while to cool, so that's one of the downsides, but it just uses less energy. So if you're trying to save money on electricity and you live somewhere where it's getting expensive, like in California, I think our rates are like doubling in the past couple of years. This is gonna just save a little bit more money on your electricity bill. This is so cool.
Is that big enough to carry?
Yeah. 16 minutes to fully drain it. And this is what it looks like when it's fully drained. There's a little bit of water here. Obviously some leaves and stuff that could be washed out. If you want, we could lean it over and just rinse it out. Okay, so this is the BoxPlunge 19. This is gonna live at David's Airbnb. This is the what's it called?
Catskill Mountain House at Catskill MTN House on Instagram. As someone who runs and owns an Airbnb, it's really nice to have the energy efficient one. It's really nice to have the safety features so that your guests don't get electrocuted, and it's really ease of use. As Sherwin said, while it might take some time to get colder, it is built to essentially hold its temperature for a very, very long time. And that's really what we're looking for. So people can come in, enjoy this, use this, leave. It's pretty easy for our cleaning people to clean up after the fact. They'll just spend a couple minutes putting the hose in, and then it's good to go.
Since you enjoyed this video, go watch my video where I compared all of the best cold plunges out there. I'm gonna keep testing and learning about all of them, and I'll keep making new videos updating you on all the best stuff. If you wanna save some money, go click the link in the description, use discount code Shervin and save some money on your BoxPlunge and get this shipped to your house, get it set up. Let me know how you like it, and let me know your thoughts in the comments.